not
William
any
Barron
what
Show is
I've
brought to
not
you
been
by
molting
iTunes
at
and
all.
Fiverr.com. Make sure to find us on Twitter and Instagram at The WB
And the
Show.
only reason that the pot rack is $140 is because those little hangy things are expensive as fuck, and they're hard to find.
Barron Show
Like
app
to find
from the Apple,
a
Android,
hook
and Google Play
with a...
stores. And connect with the panel by using
Looking in your direction,
the
Joe. What are the
WB Show.
connectors? They're
sit
called like
back, relax,
C
and
clamps
enjoy
or
the
C
show.
screws or some shit. I don't know.
You know what? It's
And
a
then,
service.
Yeah.
It's an item. It's a service.
Well, I've seen people
So you
on
want it?
Pinterest that sell smaller shit for more.
Do you
And it's
want the
like,
heater off?
what?
It's really cold. That's helpful. That helped out a lot.
Well,
More in the direction of the microphone.
welcome to the William Barron Show. We are joined by all 4 panel members tonight: Danielle,
Yay.
Emma, Joseph.
Roughing the
What?
cold weather out there.
What the hell is
You guys
going on
did.
lately?
The vortex is back.
Yeah.
Full effect.
Yeah.
I told him, I'm like, I can't believe they're coming over. It's fucking freezing out. There's
It is.
It's gonna get colder,
5
too.
feet of snow on the ground.
Yeah.
What's the
I wouldn't be going
low
anywhere.
tomorrow?
-4. At least that's what I heard.
With
And
a
what's the
wind
high?
chill of...
Like
-30.
-24
Yeah,
or
right.
-30.
Right.
Duh. Duh.
You gotta love living in the Midwest, don't you?
Oh,
yeah.
I do. It's fantastic.
Now, at the same time, you like out in San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't checked recently, but I believe it's like 85 with a slight
It's
breeze.
not that warm in San Diego ever.
Nah, I'm
And
pretty
who wants
sure.
to risk getting cut off the country and drowning into the ocean anyway?
Are we talking tsunami or
An earthquake or,
earthquake?
anything can happen.
Okay.
Yeah, they got those fault lines over there in California that
One
they're
of
just
the-
waiting to be severed from the country.
One of the biggest fault lines actually lies underneath Illinois, so
So I've
I mean,
heard.
we would just break in
yeah, but we're not
half,
going anywhere.
But yeah, we would just fall in.
It's
As
too damn
opposed
cold
to-
for that. I don't know.
All right.
Or maybe the earthquake ruptures, squeezes tightly so much that it creates a new mountain, a mountainous range, and then no longer can you complain about how boring driving through Illinois is because there'll be this
Sure.
beautiful new mountain to look at.
But that
longest
mountain would eventually become a volcano.
Why?
It's like Pompeii.
Well,
Any mountain that's made because the Earth's crust, it's going to, get lava up in there.
Why?
That's just how it works. That's how volcanoes are created. Like am I wrong?
I don't know about this part of it. I don't remember.
I think volcanoes are created by the Earth's crust or the plates.
It's more
I
like
guess
a
I should
pimple,
say.
isn't it? It's like
Yeah, you
it's coming together and it's like it's ready to blow
And-
some,
once you push
crustal
once you push
ooze.
something close enough,
Yeah.
then Pompeii happens.
Boom.
Right in the middle of Chicago or Los Angeles, like Tommy Lee.
And then your whole family
Jones.
is covered in ash like a
Tommy Lee
bathroom mirror
Jones.
on a 16-year-old.
Don't you mean Charleston Heston?
No.
I'm talking about Volcano.
He's talking
the
about,
movie in Los
like,
Angeles.
Pierce Brosnan did one called
Dante's Peak.
Dante's Peak, and
Sure.
then
And then
Volcano came out like the same summer.
and Hesh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wasn't Kurt Russell? Do you remember that movie Escape from L.A.? Isn't that what
Yeah.
that movie was all about from
Yeah.
100 years ago?
No, that was more of a Mad Mike.
It was actually a
Mad
follow-up to Escape from New York.
Right, which I
Right.
never saw.
Right. Yeah, that was like from the 70s.
It's like an apocalyptic...
Or Mel Gibson was in the first, wasn't he?
No, that was Mad Max.
Oh, okay. My fault. I'm confusing like 80s folk. How do you say it? Folklore?
Folklore.
Folklore. I'm confused. Anyway, welcome to the William Barron Show. This first segment is brought to you by Excuse Yourself Koozies, EXKOOZ Yourself Koozies. Me and Chris actually just we just made a bet today.
Yeah.
He is a Dallas Cowboy fan.
Okay.
Now, I know that you both watch football.
Mhm.
Now, do you watch it once your team is eliminated, or do you not even care
We
anymore?
watched every game last weekend.
Fantastic.
We did.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think of the Dallas Cowboys?
Well, I'm glad they won because, I couldn't stand to watch the Lions continue anymore.
So you hate the Lions.
I hate the Lions.
Despise them.
They are dirty.
Filthy.
And that's why. They have very pretty uniforms. And a couple of years ago, when they were a good team for the first time in what had been a while, I was rooting for them. But they're just so dirty. It drives me crazy. I hate it.
Did you guys happen to see the after game after the Lions lost? That Ndamukong Suh was doing a press conference and he literally cried.
No, I missed it.
Oh yeah,
I wish I would've
the
seen
dirtiest guy,
tough guy
in the league, the guy that likes stomping his cleats into people's legs and yeah. He was at the podium and he was like, I didn't expect this.
Now they did get robbed of that first down.
Dude, that was pass interference.
Yeah, that was definitely pass interference. But they still lost the game.
Hands up. You can't lose if you just put your hands up. But
they threw the flag, and then 10 minutes later they pull it back, and then don't explain why.
See, in pulling back the flag, I don't have a problem as long as you pull back the flag. There's no flag on the play, but they announced it.
Right.
The referee stood in the middle of the field and was like, pass interference, defense, number 54, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Automatic first down where the penalty happened.
Right.
And then they pick up the flag, and then they're
all
told to go huddle back over here, and it's fourth down.
I'm like, what the fuck? No, I mean, like, I am okay with you throwing a flag and then you guys conversing and being like, there is no flag on the play, but once you throw the flag, then you announce it to the scoreboard operator or whoever that is up in the booth, and you do all the necessary gestures and you call it. Why is nobody talking about that?
Oh, I thought everybody was talking about it.
I've never heard anybody talk about
Really?
it. They're just talking about whether or not it was pass interference.
Oh, I've heard everyone agree that it was definitely pass interference.
It was pass interference.
And
Chris Carter would disagree.
And then the ref was like interviewed afterwards, and he said, he's like, well, yeah, but then we deferred to another ref that had a different view, and he said it wasn't pass interference, it was this. Which I forget what he said it was, but it was something that only happens in college football. It's not illegal in NFL.
Face plating or something?
No,
like where you're...
It was like sidelining or something. Okay. I forget what he called it.
Right.
I don't know.
All right. But what I'm saying is, like, I think once a referee like goes through the motions of first down, like once that becomes official, unless you're the opposite team and you can challenge it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, well.
Anyway, so yeah, Tony Romo.
So what was the bet that you and Chris made?
Well, we have to wait to see if the Dallas Cowboys make it to the Super Bowl against my New England Patriots. And once we get in, I'm thinking some New England Patriot koozies. That's what I'm thinking.
No, I thought that you had moved on to the Bengals. Now you're with the Patriots?
Well, I mean, it's a complicated...
I think the Bengals were about 3 teams ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a Cowboys fan also.
All right.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
I don't think I knew that.
All right. My origin was the San Francisco 49ers. It was Joe Montana, Steve Young fan. Moved to Illinois. I don't know who to like anymore. My dad watched Notre Dame college football because he's an alum. And I see this dude just torch Notre Dame. He's watching the Notre Dame game. I was like, holy shit, that guy just threw the ball 60 yards on the fucking...
Did you see that, Dad?
I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah,
and he was pissed. He was yelling at the coverage, yelling at the TV. I was like, I like that guy. I don't know if I liked him because he was that athletically talented, or I liked it because my dad...
Your controversial bug was born. Like, I like this feeling.
Yeah. So I took note of his name, and his name was Bledsoe. And I was like, Bledsoe what? And they were like, Drew Bledsoe. So I actually actively watched the draft for the first time in my life. He was drafted by the Patriots, #1 overall. So I'm like, I'm a Patriot fan.
Wow.
I remember that.
Dang.
And then he got hurt, and Tom Brady came in. And Tom Brady took his job.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck
So you
Tom
followed
Brady.
Bledsoe.
So I followed Bledsoe to Buffalo,
Yeah.
and then I followed him to Dallas, and then I followed him right into retirement. And he basically, I mean, Bledsoe went from making Tom Brady, and then he went to Dallas and made Tony Romo.
Yeah.
And then he
He's
retired.
a career starter, really. He gets
He's a very good coach.
He lights a fire under
Obviously.
the backup's ass to be like, I could totally do better than
second
this.
string's like, oh, yeah, they hired Bledsoe.
Yeah.
I'm up.
I'm going to be absolutely good. But so I spent a lot of time hating Tom Brady. I went over to Cincinnati with Carson Palmer because I was looking for a quarterback that reminded me of Drew. And
weird.
Carson Palmer was the guy, so I went over to the Cincinnati Bengals. But
It's like your dog died, and now years later you're ready to find another dog that will hopefully
Can
remind
die.
you of the same personalities.
Well, yeah, and I mean, I guess the biggest thing that made me, I don't know, come back to the Patriots was, Tom Brady restructured his contract. He took the league minimum in order to keep all 6 major offensive and defensive players on his team. Like, he wasn't a greedy guy. He was like, I'm getting paid fucking $8 million an hour, so I'll be good with. I'd rather keep the team together than chase a contract like Jay Cutler. I didn't. That last game was interesting though, wasn't it?
The Bears? Yeah.
No, he just went upstairs. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but yeah, he's the first time that he restructured his contract to make the team better. I was like, wow. Okay, maybe this guy isn't such an asshole.
I've been wrong about Tom.
Maybe I have. And maybe I gave him too hard of a time for taking over my aging.
Right.
Know.
It's not his fault that he was awesome.
Yeah, right. Taken in the 5th round or whatever. Yeah, I mean it. So I've eventually gone back to the Patriots. I'm not bandwagoning. I'm not doing anything like that. But anyway, Chris from Excuse Yourself Koozies, EXKOOZ Yourself Koozies. He's a big Dallas fan, a big Panther fan. The Panthers aren't getting through Seattle, are they?
Oh no.
Okay. I mean,
I don't think they should even get off the plane. I mean,
go set the football down in the middle of the field.
Did you see them play Arizona?
I did.
Oh, it was the worst game I've ever watched.
Okay.
I was just sitting there like, don't stop the ball goes out of bounds. I think the refs were just like, keep it going, keep it rolling. Let's get out of here.
Well, I mean, they also were playing the 3rd-string quarterback of Arizona. If Carson Palmer was playing that game, it would be.
And they still almost won.
Yeah, that's true.
Carolina looked terrible. Arizona looked terrible. It was a terrible game.
Well, isn't Carolina the 2nd football team in NFL history to make the playoffs with a losing record? I think the St. Louis Rams were like 3 or 4 years.
Just do a good show.
Fell in love with Tom Brady, being like, I don't need any more money. I am set. I am fucking Giselle.
Boom.
So you think it's going to be the Patriots and the Cowboys?
No, I think it'll be the Patriots and the Seahawks. That's my personal prediction. The only team that scares me is the Ravens, which are coming up this weekend.
In Green Bay.
Just because they've lost 3 out of the last 4 playoff games at Lambeau.
I don't know, man.
Now, I don't think Dallas is going to go into Lambeau and win that game. No way. But I do think once Green Bay has to go to Seattle, Aaron Rodgers is going to have kind of a bad day. He's already got a rough hammy. Yeah, being a Bears fan.
Go Seattle. I'd like to see Seattle and New England. That'd be a good Super Bowl.
I think it would be.
Be better than the one they got last year.
Who was that? Seattle and
Denver.
Denver.
Oh, and they just
God, that was
sucked.
so bad.
So awful.
Oh, it was so sad.
Blue 42. Omaha.
Fuck,
Omaha.
that was
Oh
so
shit!
sad.
There goes the ball
Omaha.
over my fucking head on the first snap of the game.
Oh,
Really?
God, it was so sad.
Once I saw that, I was like, "Yeah, this is not going to end well."
Oh, it started and then just got.
All right, number 1 overrated quarterback in the NFL is Peyton Manning. The guy's won 1 Super Bowl.
Well, they just want to have this parade of like living legend. Everyone bow your heads to the living legend. But he's not a living legend esque anymore. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong.
he's lost his luster.
His
Yeah.
surgery that he worked through is impressive. You don't get to break vertebrae next to your head in the back of your neck and come back and work through that and shatter records.
He